Did you know that small changes to your morning can bring more peace and better energy? It sounds simple. But after retirement, many people unknowingly fall into habits that invite chaos instead of calm. Rushing through the morning, waking up in a panic, ignoring what their body truly needs. And over time, those patterns don't just stress your mind, they quietly wear down your health. This video is for those of us between 60 and 80 who want to reclaim a sense of peace. Not through big overhauls or fancy routines, but through small, science-backed morning habits anyone can start right at home. We'll go through 6 simple but powerful habits that can help reduce joint pain, improve heart health, bring you that quiet steadiness we all long for in this stage of life. And if you're someone who feels like mornings just don't feel right anymore, or you wake up feeling more tired than rested, this might be the missing piece. You deserve a peaceful start to your day. So let's take a look together, one habit at a time. Habit 1, gentle wake up without screens. The way you wake up sets the emotional tone for your entire day. And yet many older adults open their eyes and immediately reach for their phones, turn on the TV, or check messages. What that does is flood the brain with information before it has a chance to stabilize. And for people over 70, that jolt can be more harmful than helpful. You might think it's harmless, but studies show that exposing yourself to digital light and information too quickly after waking can trigger your stress hormones, raise your blood pressure, and increase joint inflammation throughout the day. Your body hasn't even gotten a chance to stretch, and it's already reacting as if it's under attack. Instead, aim to stay away from all screens for the first 30 minutes after waking. This gives your nervous system a chance to fully transition from rest into alertness without chaos. During that window, focus on reconnecting with your breath, your thoughts, or simply observing the morning light in your room. That moment of pause doesn't just feel peaceful, it actually protects your heart and joints from early morning inflammation spikes. A man named Robert, 78 years old, used to start each morning scrolling through news headlines. He thought he was staying informed, but he told me that his hands always felt stiff afterward, and he'd start the day anxious. After swapping that habit for 20 minutes of quiet sitting and stretching, he noticed not only calmer mornings, but significantly less swelling in his knees. He didn't change his diet or medications, just how he greeted the day. We often underestimate the emotional power of a quiet morning, but your body remembers what your mind rushes past. By waking gently without screens, you're giving yourself a fighting chance for a peaceful, healthy day ahead. Habit 2, a warm glass of water before anything else. Before coffee, before breakfast, before any medications, there's one habit that can quietly transform the way your body feels and functions after 70. Drinking a warm glass of water first thing in the morning. Not cold, not ice-filled, just a simple warm glass of water. It sounds almost too easy. But for older adults, this small act is a powerful reset button for both the digestive and circulatory systems. After a night of rest, your body is naturally dehydrated, and that lack of water thickens your blood, slows down bowel movement, and makes joints feel stiff. Starting the day without hydrating first is like trying to drive a car on a cold winter morning without warming up the engine. Everything drags. Warm water in particular encourages your body to relax. It stimulates the vagus nerve, supports bowel function, and can even ease joint pain by loosening the connective tissues that get tight overnight. Cold water, on the other hand, can shock the digestive system and tighten everything up. That's the last thing you want after 70. Eleanor, 81, used to feel sluggish every morning. Her knees felt locked, and she'd rely on coffee just to feel human. But when her doctor suggested she try starting each morning with a full glass of warm water before anything else, she gave it a go. 2 weeks later, she noticed she was going to the bathroom more easily. Her hands weren't as puffy, and she felt clearer-headed without needing an extra cup of coffee. That's the power of warmth and hydration working together. For so many older adults, dehydration goes unnoticed. But the symptoms show up: constipation, fatigue, brain fog, stiff joints. And often we blame those symptoms on aging when it's really a lack of hydration right from the start of the day. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Habit 3, a quiet moment with yourself before the world enters. One of the most overlooked yet powerful habits after 70 is this: giving yourself at least 5 minutes in the morning where you sit quietly alone with no television, no phone, No other people and no agenda. Just you, your breath, and the silence. This might sound odd at first. After all, many of us grew up in busy households, where silence was rare and even uncomfortable. But after a certain age, peace becomes something you must actively protect. And it starts by carving out even a small space each morning to check in with yourself. When you wake up, your brain is in a unique state, still holding on to pieces of sleep, but slowly transitioning to the demands of the day. If you immediately jump into news, conversations, or a phone screen, your nervous system gets thrown into alert mode. Stress chemicals rise, your thoughts race, and that calm energy that could have set the tone for your whole day is lost in the first few minutes. This 5-minute habit isn't meditation in the formal sense. You don't need to sit cross-legged or chant. You can just sit at the edge of your bed or in your favorite chair by the window and breathe. You can close your eyes or keep them open and watch the sun touch the wall. The key is this: you are with yourself and no one else. You're not trying to fix anything, plan anything, or be anyone. Walter, 76, used to wake up and immediately turn on the news. Within minutes, he felt his heart beating faster and his mood darken. He didn't even notice it at first. It was just habit. But once he started giving himself 5 quiet minutes each morning, he realized something strange. His whole day felt different. He was calmer, more thoughtful, and the stress he usually carried in his chest took a step back. This isn't just about calm. It's about self-respect. When you give yourself a moment before the world asks anything of you, you're reminding yourself that your peace matters, that your thoughts, your feelings, your state of mind deserve attention before the noise begins. And over time, that habit builds something deep inner stability, the kind that doesn't shake when a phone call brings bad news or when a memory makes your heart ache. You become someone who's already rooted each morning, so the winds of the day don't knock you down so easily. Most people fill their mornings with noise because they're avoiding themselves. But the wise know that meeting yourself in the morning is one of the strongest foundations for a peaceful life. Habit 4, a thoughtful walk, not just a physical one. Too many people think of walking after 70 as just exercise, something to keep your legs moving or to keep the doctor off your back. But there's a deeper way to walk, and it has less to do with your steps and more to do with your mind. A thoughtful walk is a quiet, purposeful stroll where you allow yourself to notice your surroundings, check in with your emotions, and let your thoughts breathe. You don't bring your phone. You don't rush. You don't count steps. You walk as if you're in conversation with the world, around you, and with yourself. Here's the problem when most people go walking. They bring their stress with them. They use that time to rehash old arguments, worry about money, or think about what's next. And while the body is moving, the mind is trapped. But when you turn your walk into a habit of mental clarity, something shifts. Carol, 71, started walking alone after breakfast each day, not with a podcast or with neighbors, but just by herself. At first, it felt strange. She felt the urge to call someone or to hurry back and get things done. But slowly, she noticed her mind softening. Her thoughts slowed. And without trying to, she began to feel more gratitude for things she'd long ignored: the way the morning light hit the trees, the sound of birds she used to tune out, the feel of her own breath moving with her pace. Science backs this too. Morning walks reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, while increasing dopamine and serotonin, chemicals linked to happiness and emotional stability. But again, it's not just the walk, it's the way you walk. Mindless movement doesn't bring peace. Thoughtful movement does. There's a reason many wise elders say their best ideas came during walks. When you step outside, you step out of the noise. When you walk slowly, you give your mind room to open. And when you do it every morning, it becomes a sacred space, your own personal sanctuary before the demands of the world arrive. It also strengthens your connection to life itself. As you notice nature, other people walking by, the changing air across seasons, you feel more alive. And if your legs are weak or your joints ache, this habit doesn't have to be long. Even a short walk down the hall, on a porch, or through a quiet corner of your yard is enough to begin. The point isn't distance, it's attention, and it's giving your soul space to breathe. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Habit 5, write just one sentence. There's something quietly powerful about picking up a pen and writing a single sentence every morning. Not a journal entry, not a checklist, and not a letter to anyone. Just one sentence from you to yourself. Most people think writing means pages of thoughts or stories. But for older folks like us, a single sentence is enough. One line that says how you feel. One line that remembers something. Or one line that asks a question you haven't answered yet. And here's why it matters after 70. Many of us stop hearing our own inner voice. We spend our energy reacting to pain, to the news, to family, to appointments. But not much of that time is spent simply checking in with ourselves. Writing one honest sentence every morning gives your thoughts a home. I met a man named Harold, 84. He said he hadn't written anything by hand in over a decade. But one day he tried this. He wrote, "I'm still here, and I'm not done yet." That was it. He said it felt silly at first, but then something happened. He started looking forward to that small moment each morning. Sometimes he wrote about missing his wife. Sometimes he wrote about the weather. But it gave his day a starting point, a place that belonged only to him. This isn't about being poetic or wise. It's about being real. A sentence like, "I feel tired today, and that's okay," can change how you treat yourself. A sentence like, "I'm proud of how I helped yesterday," can carry you through a tough morning. And even a sentence like, "What's the point anymore?" is better written than ignored, because naming your thoughts helps you face them. From a brain health perspective, even short-form writing activates memory, emotion, and reflection. These are the parts of the mind that often go dim when days begin to blur together. But when you write, even just a few words, you turn the lights back on. Keep a small notebook and a pen by your bed or at the table. And after breakfast or before your walk, pause, breathe, then write just one sentence. No pressure, no rules, no judgment. Do this for a week and see how it feels. Because sometimes the path to peace isn't about fixing everything. It's about reconnecting to the quiet, truthful parts of ourselves that still want to be heard. Habit 6, touch the outdoors even briefly. After 70, mornings can feel slow or repetitive. But there's one simple habit that quietly resets the body and the mind: stepping outside, even if it's just for a minute. You don't need a grand garden or a hiking trail. You don't need to go far. Just open the door, feel the air on your skin, and let your feet meet the ground. It could be your porch, your driveway, or the small patch of earth outside your apartment. What matters isn't where you are, but that you are. You see, many older adults unintentionally slip into what I call indoor living. The thermostat, the artificial lights, the soft chairs, they become the boundaries of our world. And while it might feel safe or convenient, it quietly shrinks our experience of being alive. When you step outside, something ancient in your body wakes up. The light, especially early morning sunlight, tells your brain it's time to reset your internal clock. Your heart rate finds a new rhythm. And most of all, your nervous system calms down. There's actually a term for this: grounding. It's what happens when your skin touches natural surfaces, like soil, wood, stone, or grass. Some researchers say it reduces inflammation. Others say it helps with sleep. But most importantly, it reminds your body that you're part of something bigger than your furniture. A woman named Carol, 79, shared this with me. She said every morning she steps out onto her back porch, barefoot, holding her coffee. Just for 5 minutes. Sometimes it's cold. Sometimes it's hot. But she listens to the birds. She notices the trees. And she told me, "It's the one part of the day where I don't feel old. I just feel here." The act of touching the outdoors, even for moments, gives your mind something new to hold. The color of the sky, the shape of a cloud, the feeling of a breeze that no one can control. These are real sensory things that keep us connected to life, not just time. So if you haven't tried this yet, start tomorrow. You don't need to walk far. Just open your door and greet the world. Let your body know it's morning, not because the clock said so, but because you felt it. Let that moment of peace meet you where you are. And if you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Final thoughts. After 70, peace isn't something that just happens. It's something we have to gently choose each day. And those choices often start before breakfast, before anyone calls, before the world asks anything of us. In those early minutes, we have a quiet power, a chance to steer our thoughts, soothe our hearts, and strengthen the parts of us that time can't touch. The habits we share today may seem simple, too simple maybe, but that's the beauty of them. Peace at this stage of life isn't about dramatic change. It's about small, steady acts that bring us back to ourselves. Stretching your body, breathing with intention, drinking water like it matters, stepping into sunlight, writing down what you're grateful for, standing barefoot on your back porch. Each one is a thread. And when you tie them together, you build something strong enough to carry you through the day, no matter what it brings. We've all earned that kind of peace. After all the years of helping others, solving problems, and pushing through, you deserve a morning that starts with care, not chaos. So now I'd love to ask you, what's one thing you'll try tomorrow morning from this video? Which habit speaks to you most? Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.